step out on the perimeter. Incredibly versatile shot. Step through by Brittany Griner.
Thank you, Kat. I'm trying to figure out what this guy over here is doing.
It's a good song.
Yeah, very good. I like that in the
I can't.
in college.
I'm
college
getting
basketball.
hyped. I'm getting hyped.
Why?
This Saturday, I can't wait.
Yep.
The pandemic, we're gonna have real college football, not what we had this year. We're gonna have real college football Saturdays. I don't
think I could do a Brett Musburger voice.
live. You're looking live from Jones 18.
I'm talking from back in the day when it would come on, they would play this. But yeah, we're playing this music because college football is coming around the corner here. But we've got some we got a situation where they have expanded the playoffs, right?
Yes.
Right. And a guy like you is very excited about that.
I am.
A playoffs is where you make your name at.
Yes, and the college football playoff, they started with 4, and I said that is the dumbest, stupidest thing. It's not a playoff when you just have 4 teams. That doesn't make no sense. You have 5 Power 5 conferences, and yet you have 4, and you were just inviting trouble there. You know, it was like Taylor Swift. She knew it was trouble from the very beginning. Okay, so
I don't think you want to talk down a woman that sold out AT&T.
I'm just saying. No, I'm saying that's what it was.
Huh?
More than once.
Well, she was the highest. She was the highest. Well, Canelo and what's name just broke her record.
Okay, I get it. But regardless, I'm so glad that they have expanded to 12 teams, and this will shut. I hope now it actually hasn't, because there's these old ass college football traditionalists who are like, what about the bowl games? What about the bowl? Shut the fuck up. We don't give a fuck about that. We want playoffs. We want the 12 best teams in the country go at it. I don't give a fuck. If there's an upset, there's an upset. That's what gets us excited. We want that. And it makes the college regular football season actually mean more, because you can actually lose a game and still be in it and hopefully have meaningful games down the road. This is a win for college football.
You know, you're right, and you know the product is so. I don't know what it is about college. Even in the March Madness tournament, there's just something about watching college sports that just like there's a level in it that just makes you like, like when you watch games, you're like, man, it is so hype in there right now. And the thing I like about college is it doesn't matter who's got the lead.
No,
it can always flip just like that, just like that. And like you said, with this right here. It still gives teams a chance. Yeah. Like there could be an upset, and that's really what I feel like they look for with this whole expansion.
And I was just going to piggyback off that real quick, man. It's about matchups. Anytime you get into playoffs in any, whether it's NBA, NFL, whatever, it's a one-game situation, right? And it's about matchups. You might have that high-powered offense from the Big 12. You know, that's what we're known for over there. And then you're playing against an SEC school or whatever. They're more, you know, ground and pound, you know, physical style football. So having said that, it's just about the matchups, man. The more teams you can get into it, the more different styles, I think it just bodes well for the whole game.
And you got to maximize, too, because, you know, a lot of these players, they ain't staying in college long anyway. No. Yeah, so this is a good chance to maximize the...
You made a great point there, because also, have you noticed that if your teams are not playing for anything, these bowl games that they're so worried about, half the star players don't play in them. Yeah. They've been all skipping out lately.
You gonna finish?
No, you go ahead.
So if you guys are just tuning in, we're talking the college, what is it, the CPF, college football playoff system.
Yep.
Just
listen to the music. That'll tell you what's going on.
Expanded from 4 teams. So basically from a Final Four to an actual 12. Where 12 teams are competing to get to the Final Four and, of course, get to a national championship game and, of course, the championship. It's important. And the only conference I don't want to hear from at this very, very point.
Oh, come on, man.
And I'm coming at you, SEC fans.
I knew it.
Phyllis, stand down. Your team will always be there. Phyllis for Moga.
The dynasty will never die.
Yeah, Phyllis for Moga, you're fine. Okay. You still have Nick Saban there. You're good.
We got to get Phyllis on.
All right. So what this does for college football?
Kiss my butt, cow turd.
Who still pretty much weigh in on everything from Frisco, Texas, Grapevine, Texas. They still do everything at the Gaylord in Grapevine. Well, they decided to go ahead and let 8 other teams get in, because we just saw a couple of years ago where Central Florida stood a chance.
They did.
But we really didn't know how far they could go. Oh, yeah, Vosh, well, SEC pretty much dominates everything, so whatever, this, that, or the other. No, because we really didn't see what these other teams could have done playing for the Final Four. We saw Kyler Murray, put his bid in. We saw Alabama put their bid in. We saw Deshaun Watson. We saw Sunshine down there in Clemson. A lot of teams are now going to be able to vie for, hey, we belong. We belong here, we belong there. And dear quarterbacks, because I know I've seen, a lot of high school football this year. And I think that a lot of quarterbacks that are coming out of high school right now are going to be like, you know what? We have a chance too. We can go out there and make some money for our families too. Alabama's going to be there. Clemson's going to be there. Auburn's going to be there. A&M's going to be there. I'm naming a whole bunch of SEC teams. Texas, stand up. You say you're back? Let's see it. Gundy out there. Show me what you were. Go Pokes. Oklahoma. And then you got the West Virginians. You got all these other different, I'm just naming teams in the South, but you got a whole bunch of teams that can go. Now, you know what? We have a chance. Coaches out there, you don't have to get fired after 4 years or whatever the situation may be. So now Ole Miss has a chance. All these other different teams have a chance. USC, the OSU out west, Oregon, where you at? So all these dudes have a chance. All these teams have a different chance, to say, hey, you know what? Maybe we can go ahead and throw our bid in to perhaps play for a national championship instead of these four teams up here.
See, that's another thing too. I was saying about the kids that leave after 1 year. Maybe this promotes kids to say, well, I played this year and I kind of liked it. I want to come back another year.
Yeah,
that's another.
There's too many positives with this, and another thing, what I don't understand why these old school motherfuckers who keep trying to push down the progress of movement here.
Yeah, but it's cool.
It just doesn't make sense. They're like, oh, their biggest thing is the regular season doesn't mean it. Well, guess what? You can now schedule more competitive games in your non-conference where you're not afraid, because if you're Alabama or you're a top team, you can lose and still be in at the end of the year. Again, it takes into account the entire regular season now. Second of all, now your group of five, you're not going to have like a mutiny, because the group of five was like, what's the point of playing? Because the Power Fives, they might as well drop down to D2, because it made no sense to play in the Power Five people, right? Mm-hmm. It also, and here's my thing. The SEC, they always talk about, well, guess what? If you're the best in the game, then why are you worried? Then you should annihilate any team that comes your way. You should, if you're the best, fucking prove it. Prove you're the best. This is why a 12-team team works. Now, I was kind of surprised they went with 12 teams. I thought they were going to go with 8, maybe even 6. But hey, I'm with 12. It makes sense. Now, the only thing it will do, and again, it has to get ratified. We'll have to go through all the things. It'll start in 2023. What I don't understand is, this is weird. The lower seeds, 5 through 12, will play the first round basically at home. So the higher seed gets a home game. So there's an extra home game. You know what I think is a good.
You know what else is going to stop too?
That's fine though.
You know what else is going to stop too? It's going to stop them from having the same teams in the national championship again too.
Well, that's I think the one reason why they did this.
Yeah, it's going to be. It's not going to be Clemson and freaking Alabama 3 or 4 years in a row.
The only person that is a loser of this is the people who do bowl games or own bowl games. They're gone.
Okay.
They're done. There's no more outback.com/chickfil-a.com.
Okay.
We still get the Cotton Bowl though, right?
So,
hopefully.
All right, that's my point. You actually get rid of the rinky-dink taxslayers.com. You get rid of the Danica Patrick Bowl.
Yeah.
You get rid of all that. So there's a bowl up in Frisco. There's a bowl in Dallas, right here in Dallas. Mm-hmm. You'll still get New Mexico versus, like Arizona
we still
or whatever.
Get the Army, Navy.
You still get all that crap play at TCU.
Right.
But, the major bowls. So now Jerry's excited.
Now Jerry says,
because,
come on here to AT&T Stadium. Let's get this thing.
The AT&T Cotton Bowl now.
Yeah.
Now it has relevancy. It used to be where the AT&T Cotton Bowl played it, at the big yard on Randall Mill and Collins.
Yeah. Right.
So
got to get
that
out
was
there.
pretty much your 6 seed versus 5.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't your power game. But now, so it means something. A couple years ago, it means something too, but we also had 2 games. We had the Final Four, and then 2 days later, we had the Cotton Bowl.
Yeah.
So now the Cotton Bowl means something within itself.
And do you like the idea that they have an extra home game now, these teams, for a playoff?
They
playoff
do,
game.
which means more money. You get rid of that ring again. You get rid of those businessmen who've been lying. The little car dealership bowl. You know
I just got hit.com.
Yeah, the I just got hit.com bowl.
Yeah.
That bowl is gone.
Tostitos.
You know what I'm saying? The Dallas Gentleman Club located on
Yeah.
Loop 12 and Norwest Highway Bowl is done, y'all. So now we have real ass games to actually throw our money at and throw eyeballs at.
It's definitely a gambling thing too. It's definitely a gambling thing.
I'll say this: if you're, and I love that UNT they got their first bowl victory in 2013, but it's the heart of Dallas Bowl. It's not like a prominent bowl. Why are you excited about those kind of bowl games?
Right,
Like
right.
if just because you went 6-6 and made a bowl, it doesn't. There's nothing. That's
6-6.
Yeah,
And you get a bowl.
it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's crap.
Now the only problem is that I see that the top teams are going to have a field day with this. Is that the top 4 seeds, they get a bye, so they just get to play in those big time bowl games. They don't get to play a home game. They will get an automatic, but it's an automatic bye. I think Nick Saban would love another extra week of rest to prepare for this team. I hope they ratify this, Wall. I hope they do it. I hope they push us through. The earliest it can start is 2023. Let's do it. Let's fucking do it. 12 teams. It's time. The playoffs are the best way to do any kind of sport. They fucked up with the BCS. They kind of fucked up with the 14 playoff. I'm sick and tired of seeing the same teams over and over again. It's getting old. If you want college football back, this is the way to save it.
Now, y'all do know, okay, so this whole college football playoff basically is still in its infancy. And we immediately gone to 12, right? The NCAA has a playing game. NCAA basketball has a playing game. It used to be 64, now it's like 3,000 in basketball. It's like 1,310 teams right now in NCAA basketball, Division I. Now in college football, because of gray-haired billionaires still exist, and so the gray-haired money is still there in football because football is so powerful in the South. Y'all do understand that this starts in 2023.
Right.
I guarantee you, after the 3rd year of this existence of the 12, it's going to immediately go to 16 teams.
Yep.
Because in football, 16 teams or 16 games or whatever, the Sweet 16, where you start at in football,
I feel like it'll eventually turn to March Madness.
it's the equivalent. It's the equivalent of 64 teams.
Well, I'm
in
not saying
basketball.
like what he's saying, like it's going to expand.
Because eventually, football, again, the only difference is that football and basketball are different. You can't.
Taxing body wise.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah,
yeah.
So you can't, and also the way the school works, the timing and all that.
Don't give me education.
No, I'm not telling you that. I'm saying timing. It's timing.
Okay.
The way to go from week.
I gotta
to
get my
week-
degree though.
No. Fuck that. They don't.
They got it made already anyway. Let's take a break real quick. When we come back, let's go do Above the Rim, and we'll talk about some stars real quick, and then we'll hit on some of the NBA games and some WNBA stuff right here next on DallasOnAir.com.
Away from downtown Phoenix, the Winds and the Mercury. Phoenix coming in 5-4.
She was 1 of 7 from 3. She really struggles scoring.